Apparently Nike is not only coming out with some new Space Hippie colorways, but also creating a Space Hippie Jordan 1 and a Space Hippie Nike Dunk Low. And I've got to say, I'm very excited about those silhouettes. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and today on Weekly Heat we talk about the 25th anniversary Air Jordan 11, the upcoming Space Hippie collection, and the crazy Fragment Sacai Nike Waffle. All of that and more to come, so make sure to stay tuned. But before we get into the video, I want to give a huge thank you to today's sponsor, SNKRFLEA. SNKRFLEA is an awesome sneaker store located in Soho, New York, run by a good friend of mine, Joe, who you guys might have seen in some of my previous vlogs. And while I definitely recommend checking out SNKRFLEA for their sneaker and clothing selection, they've actually started doing monthly mystery boxes. I actually unboxed, or I guess unbagged, their last mystery box in a video a couple weeks ago, and I was pretty happy with the results. Each mystery box retails for $129.99 and includes 2 t-shirts that have guaranteed value of at least that amount. And the brands of shirts included in the boxes are Antisocial Social Club, which I actually got in my last box, A Bathing Ape, Supreme, and Astroworld, which is essentially Travis Scott. The styles and brands of the t-shirts are randomly selected, so you never know what you're gonna get, but you do know that you're at least going to get the value that you paid for. But where things get exciting is that a few of these mystery boxes actually include golden tickets. Each golden ticket has a crazy sneaker or a high value item on it, and if you get a golden ticket in your box, you can redeem it for that item for free. The golden ticket items in this month's box are the Air Max 197 Sean Witherspoons, Off-White Jordan 5s, Supreme box logos, Off-White t-shirts, Gucci sweatshirts, a $9,000 mystery box, a Bathing Ape hoodie, and of course the main prize, a pair of Off-White Air Jordan 1 Chicagos. The SNKRFLEA mystery boxes are very limited and available right now, so if you would like to grab one of these boxes for yourself, I've left a link at the top of the description. Huge thank you once again to SNKRFLEA for sponsoring today's video, but now on to Weekly Heat. It looks like we finally have some confirmation as to what the holiday Air Jordan 11 release is going to be. And obviously, because this year is the 25th anniversary of the Air Jordan 11, you knew Jordan Brand was going to have to do something special. So what they decided to do is release the aptly named Air Jordan 11 25th anniversary. To be honest, this shoe's color blocking is pretty similar to the Space Jam 11s and also the 72 and 10s that released a couple years back, but there are a few differences that make this shoe a little bit more special. The 25th anniversary Air Jordan 11 comes with a black ballistic nylon upper as well as black patent leather. The shoe also features a metallic silver Jumpman on the lateral side of the heel as well as Jordan text running down the outside of the eyelets. But surprisingly, my favorite part of the shoe is that on the heel of the sneaker, instead of having 23 like you usually have on Air Jordan 11 highs, you've got 25, which obviously stands for the 25th anniversary. I know it's a subtle change and it's not a huge deal, but it's little details like that that really make me like a sneaker. The midsole of the shoe comes in a bright white with a very milky semi-translucent white outsole. To be honest, at first when we heard the holiday Jordan 11 would not be the cool grays like we all thought it was going to be, and instead was going to be a black and white Jordan 11, I think a lot of us were disappointed, but now seeing images of this shoe, I've got to say, my opinion's completely changed. I think this is a really exciting looking sneaker and one that I'm excited to have. There's no official release information yet, but I would expect the shoe to drop around December 12th, and that seems to be the date that most people are thinking. Next up is another holiday Jordan release with the Air Jordan 1 patent leather black and gold. This shoe is seemingly based off the mid-top patent leather Air Jordan 1 from 2003, which also was apparently the first time that Jordan Brand had made a completely patent leather Jordan 1. As the name would suggest, the shoe does come in a primarily black patent leather upper with gold accents on the Nike swoosh and around the ankle. The midsole of the shoe also comes in a matte black, and from what I can tell from the images, it does look like this shoe has a black nylon tongue. Like with the holiday Air Jordan 11s, release information on this pair is somewhat limited, but it does look like this pair is coming out sometime around Christmas, most likely, for a retail price of $170. Are you excited about this pair? Let me know in the comment section down below if you are. I'm not sure if I like it because I don't like patent leather Jordan 1s, but the colorway is dope, so we'll see if I pick it up or not. After that, we've got a very interesting Air Jordan 1 mid colorway that looks like a Chicago Air Jordan 1 except with a white heel. As we all know, with the release of the Last Dance documentary and also the fact that we haven't had a Chicago Air Jordan 1 release since 2015, the Chicago Air Jordan 1 colorways that are available on the resale market have skyrocketed in value. I mean, even the Air Jordan 1 Chicago lows have skyrocketed in value, and they were on sale for months after release. This colorway kind of feels like a tease because you're almost getting the Chicago colorway and it's also on a pair of Air Jordan 1 mids, but to be honest with you, if you're really feeling fiending after a pair of Chicago 1s, this is not a bad way to go. Like I said, the only real difference between this colorway and a standard Chicago colorway is the white heel, and even then, it's still a pretty good looking sneaker. Unfortunately, because this shoe is a mid-top Air Jordan 1, that means that there probably is not going to be a solid release date for this sneaker, and if you want a pair of these guys, you should stay tuned to Twitter and just walking into your local sneaker store to see whenever they drop, because with mid-tops, Jordan Brand tends to just kind of throw them out there whenever they feel like. And retail price on the white heel Chicago Air Jordan 1 mids is set to be around 115 bucks. Next up, we've got some sort of shameless self-promotion, but is also the release of something that I'm unbelievably excited for, and that is the official launch of my sock brand, Apothecary. I have here a foot, which I know is ridiculous, but it does a great job of showing off one of our Apothecary socks. This is the crew length white sock with the, we call it the shin logo, that's actually designed to sit right above the tongues of sneakers, which I think is super cool. On our first official drop, which is happening this Friday, July 10th, we have 4 different styles that we're releasing. All of these styles are one size crew length socks, and they come in 4 different colorways. 2 white colorways with 2 different logo options, a coral color, and a tan color. The drop officially happens tomorrow, Friday, July 10th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on apothecary.com. And if you want to grab a pair or a couple pairs of these socks, you definitely want to be there right at 11 because stock is very limited since we didn't know how the socks were going to do, so we didn't order that many pairs. Also, if you want to learn more about the socks and be notified as soon as they drop, make sure to go to apothecary.com and sign up for our mailing list. I've left a link to apothecary.com and Apothecary's Instagram below the SNKRFLEA links in the description below if you guys want to check it out. These socks have taken me and my friend a couple months to develop, and I feel like we've come up with the best socks we can possibly make. It's honestly been a passion project for me, and I'm super excited for you guys to finally be able to check it out. Next up, we've apparently got some new colorways of the Nike Space Hippie collection, at least the Space Hippie 1, 2, and 3. Nike's first Space Hippie collection, which is comprised of recycled materials, released the day before the 4th of July and promptly sold out. In fact, I did a live stream of trying to grab them and I couldn't even grab one. It was crazy. But it looks like we're getting another chance at grabbing some Space Hippie sneakers with the brand new Volt collection that apparently is releasing on July 16th. Like I mentioned, this collection is made up of the Space Hippie 1, 2, and 3, but for some reason, not the Space Hippie 4. Not sure exactly why, but you know, I'm not gonna miss it, to be honest with you. Actually, you know what? That's not true. They already released the Volt Space Hippie 4 for some reason. I'm not sure why they released it earlier and didn't release it with the rest of the Volt sneakers, but it is what it is. These Space Hippie sneakers come with a gray upper that feature a Volt green Nike swoosh on the side. The Space Hippie 3, however, is a little bit different because it features a bright yellow lacing system on the sides. And the midsole and outsole of all of these sneakers come in a white foam that features speckled Nike grind throughout. If you caught my review of the Space Hippie 3, you know how excited I am about the Nike Space Hippie collection, and it's really great that Nike is giving us a second chance to grab a pair of these sneakers, because last week most of us took L's, which sucked, because I really wanted these. Speaking of the Space Hippie collection, apparently Nike and Jordan Brand are incorporating some well-known silhouettes into the fold. And the first of those sneakers is the Air Jordan 1 High Zoom Space Hippie. This is an Air Jordan 1 High with a full-length Zoom Air unit that's made of recycled materials. Not the Zoom Air unit in particular, but the Jordan 1 overall. Not much is known about the sneaker yet other than really how it looks, but I do think that the upper of this shoe is made up of recycled materials, and if you look at the outsole itself, that also seems to have Nike grind in it. The upper of the shoe comes in a tonal gray and black and kind of looks like it's denim. I don't think it actually is, but that's sort of what the texture of the material looks like. And I guess the standout feature of this upper is the bright red stitching around the heel. And that heel stitching definitely gives this shoe a very off-white sort of vibe, which I'm not against, but it definitely reminds me of that. Oh, not only that, it's also the fact that the tongue and the ankle area of the shoe feature exposed foam, just like the off-white Jordan 1s, which again, not a problem, but definitely reminds you of off-white sneakers. I've got to be honest, while the colorway of this shoe doesn't really excite me, the fact that I could actually be wearing a pair of Air Jordan 1s, which is my favorite silhouette of all time, that's made up of primarily recycled materials, is so exciting. Like I said, I love the Space Hippie program. I'm a big fan of sustainability in design, and I think being able to wear something that's remade like that is really cool and something that I'm definitely going to be picking up. As of right now, it looks like the Air Jordan 1 High Zoom Space Hippie is slated to drop on August 12th for a retail price of $170. And somewhat more surprising than a pair of Space Hippie Air Jordan 1s, it looks like we will also be getting a pair of Space Hippie Nike Dunk Lows, which is crazy. When I say not much is known about this sneaker, I really mean not much is known. There are a few leaked pictures that don't even confirm that this is a Space Hippie sneaker. It just kind of looks like this could be a Space Hippie Nike Dunk. The reason for that is that the outsole of this shoe looks like it could have Nike grind in it, which I know is not that big of a reason to think that this is a Space Hippie sneaker, but the colorway of the sneaker overall and the materials kind of look like they could be recycled. I don't know, but it could be a Space Hippie shoe. Or it might not be, who knows. Regardless, I think this Nike Dunk Low is crazy and I love the way it looks. The shoe comes with a mismatching, almost denim looking upper that features blues, maroons, creams, lighter blues, dark purples. I don't know, there's a lot of different colors in the upper of this shoe, but I think it looks sick. And it actually kind of reminds me of the Travis Scott Dunk Lows. Whatever this shoe turns out being, whether it's a Space Hippie Nike Dunk Low or it's just a tie-dye denim Nike Dunk Low, I still think it looks great and it's definitely going to be a popular sneaker. After that, it looks like we've got some more pictures of the upcoming Sacai Nike Vapor Waffle collaboration. I know the Nike Sacai LD Waffles were crazy, but the Vapor Waffles look even crazier. As you probably already know, the idea of this sneaker is mashing together two sneakers and creating sort of a double branded shoe. And the Sacai Nike Vapor Waffle is no different. The shoe features a double tongue, double Nike swooshes, double paneling on the upper, and of course, a double midsole, which definitely weirds some people out. It looks like the midsole of the shoe was a Vapor midsole that was cut in half and then they jammed a Waffle sole in there, and because of that it almost looks like a mouth that's open because of the way everything kind of came together. I don't think it's the best way to go about it. I feel like it'll be easy to split the two pieces apart, which was a problem that happened on the other Nike Sacai collaborations, but who am I to talk? I'm not the one designing a crazy limited sneaker. As of right now, it looks like the shoe is slated to come in 3 different colors, a black and white, a white, blue, and red, and a Tor yellow and green. And it looks like all 3 of these colorways will release sometime in fall 2020. If I had to pick one colorway to pick up for myself, I would probably go with the black and white colorway because I think the shoe's already crazy enough and black and white sort of mellows the shoe out a little bit. But actually, you know what, in this case, it almost looks like the black and white colorway is even crazier. I don't know. I guess I'll just have to wait and see and grab whichever pair I can. Speaking of Sacai and sort of weird out of left field news, it looks like there's actually going to be a Sacai, Fragment, Nike Waffle Racer coming out, which is insane. That's like a triple collaboration. I know it's been done before, but that's wild. Images of this shoe have leaked online, so we have a good idea of how the sneaker could look, and to be fair, it looks like a lot of other Fragment collaborations. And what really adds some credence to this rumor is that Fragment founder Hiroshi Fujiwara was actually seen wearing this shoe and had a photograph taken of himself in the shoes. So as of right now, it seems like at least one sample of the shoe has been made, but with Fragment samples, you never really know if they're going to come out. There's like a ton of Fragment samples that have just been floating around the internet, so we'll have to see if this shoe actually becomes a reality, but we do know for a fact that there is some sort of blue Sacai Nike Fragment waffle out there somewhere in the world. But I'm actually very interested to see updates on this one because this is a shoe that I would definitely pick up. And then rounding off today's video with a new segment that I'm calling Weekend Sneaker Alerts. In this segment, I give you a rundown of the notable releases this upcoming weekend. And I realize I do that in Sit or Sell, but Sit or Sell is really only a bi-weekly series, and I feel like there are some releases that pop up out of nowhere that I haven't told you guys about. So for notable releases dropping on July 10th, we've got the women's Air Jordan 11 Concord Sketch. This is a women's exclusive Air Jordan 11 that comes in a white and navy blue upper and also features a white midsole with a cream outsole. It's a nice looking sneaker, but it's not for me, so it's not a shoe that I'll be going for. Also dropping on the 10th, we've got the Apothecary Sock drops. I'm kidding about that one, but seriously, it is dropping on the 10th, so if you guys want to check it out. And then on Saturday the 11th, we've got 3 different shoes dropping, starting with the Jonah Hill Adidas Superstars. This is a slightly more premium Adidas Superstar that features Jonah Hill's signature or branding on the heel of the sneaker and also features some cool knit detailing on the heel. It's a nice looking shoe. I might pick it up if you guys are interested in me reviewing it, but if you guys don't want to see a review, I'm just going to let this one go. Also dropping on the 11th, we've got the US release of the Yeezy 700 MNVN in the bone colorway. This shoe is fine. If you guys are a fan of the MNVN silhouette or you just like this colorway, definitely try and pick it up because I think this is a shoe that's going to resell for a decent amount. But if you don't care about it, just let it go. It's not a big deal. It's not that great of a shoe. In my own personal opinion, I think the MNVN is the worst 700, but again, that's my own personal opinion. And lastly, we've got the big release of the weekend, the Air Jordan 1 High Smoke Gray. This shoe is dope. I just dropped a review on this sneaker, and I'm also doing a giveaway for this sneaker, so if you'd like to check out that review and how you can can enter the giveaway, make sure to click the link at the top of the screen. But with that, we wrap up all of the news stories for today. So now I would love to know your thoughts on these stories and which shoes you're looking forward to most. So let me know in the comment section down below. Once again, huge thank you to SNKRFLEA for sponsoring today's video. If you would like to check out any of their mystery boxes, I've left a link in the top of the description. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.